Can someone explain something to me? How? How is it possible that we're already calling Modern Warfare 4 a failure when nobody has actually played it? Seriously, everywhere I look, YouTube, Twitter, Reddit, it's exactly the same headlines. Call of Duty is dead, Infinity Ward already ruined it, SBMM killed another game, dead on arrival. Dead on arrival? The game isn't even out, we haven't played the beta. We haven't touched the multiplayer. We don't know how the weapons feel. We don't know how the maps play. And somehow, the internet has already made up its mind, and honestly, I think that's one of the biggest problems in gaming today. Now, before everyone says that I'm just defending Activision, no. I've been playing Call of Duty for over 20 years. I played every single one. Some of them I absolutely loved. Some of them I barely touched. My favorite Call of Duty of all time is still Call of Duty 2. Not because it's objectively the greatest game ever made, but because that game was the game that made me fall in love with Call of Duty. Then Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare came out, the one from 2007, and completely changed what I thought an FPS could be. Then Modern Warfare 2, Ghosts, World War II, Modern Warfare 2019. Those games defined Call of Duty for me. I've always been Team Modern Warfare. Black Ops was never really my style. And that's okay, I'm not saying Black Ops is bad. Millions of people love it. I'm saying it's not my Call of Duty. So let's stop talking about feelings for a second and actually look at what we know. Infinity Ward is back. That's already a huge reason why I'm paying attention. Everything they've shown so far points towards something much more grounded. Less arcade, more military. They're talking about weapon-first gameplay, better audio, cleaner visibility, more realistic recoil, a darker atmosphere. Honestly, everything they're saying reminds me much more of Modern Warfare 2019 than the recent Black Ops games. Now, that doesn't mean they'll deliver, but it also doesn't mean they're lying. We simply do not know yet. And then there's DMZ. Honestly, this is the thing I'm most excited about, not Warzone. I could not care less about that clown circus fest called Warzone anymore. Warzone became its own game years ago. It isn't why I play Call of Duty. DMZ, that's interesting. Persistent progression, inventory, story mission, base upgrades, bosses, extraction. That's something Call of Duty hasn't really committed to before. Like, I know we had the beta, but you know what I mean. And Infinity Wards, if they support it truly, I think DMZ could become one of the biggest mods Call of Duty has ever had. But I also have a huge concern. Call of Duty has some of the sweatiest players in gaming, we know. This is just reality. If Warzone became exhausting for casual players, imagine what happens inside of an extraction shooter. Imagine trying to learn the game, and every single match you're running into players that have 8 hours a day to master every angle, every weapon build, every route, every spawn, every trick. That isn't fun. And before somebody misunderstands me, no, I am not saying remove PvP, not even close. I love multiplayer. Classic Call of Duty multiplayer is still, in my opinion, the best arcade shooter ever made. Team deathmatch, domination, kill confirm. That's Call of Duty. That's where it shines. But DMZ, I think DMZ has the opportunity to become something much bigger. Imagine having two experiences. One, hardcore PvPvE extraction mode. High risk, high reward. Exactly what hardcore player wants. And maybe another PvE mode, like we had the end game in Black Ops 7. I really enjoyed that game mode, to be honest. Keep the progression, the mission, the world, but let casual players, or simply people that don't want every match to feel like a tournament, play at their own pace. Learn the maps, fight bosses, complete mission, upgrade their bases, play with friends after work. And then if they want, they will jump into PvPvE. Everybody does, eventually. That doesn't kill the mode, that grows it. More players, healthier game. Now let's talk about the elephant in the room. SBMM. Every single year it's the exact same conversation. Now, I'm not going to pretend matchmaking is perfect. It isn't. Sometimes I wonder if we've completely forgotten what public matches used to be. Some people complain because every match feels competitive. Others complain because they can't drop 50 kills against brand new players anymore. Those aren't the same complaint. As someone who's just an average player, I don't want to get stomped every match, but I also don't want every single game to feel like a world championship. There's gotta be a balance, and hopefully Infinity Ward finds it. Now here's why it really disappoints me. The content surrounding this game. Look, I understand negativity gets clicks. It always has. If your thumbnail says Modern Warfare 4 is dead, you're probably going to get views. But after years of seeing the same cycle, it's getting old. Every Call of Duty announcement, every trailer, every reveal, it's always the franchise is finished. Then the game launches, people play it for a couple of hundred of hours. Then 6 months later, they start making videos about how the previous Call of Duty wasn't actually that bad. Then the next game gets announced and we do the whole thing again. It's exhausting. If you've hated every Call of Duty for the last 6 or 7 years, maybe, just maybe, Call of Duty isn't your game anymore. And that's okay. Nobody is forcing you to buy it. Go play Battlefield, Delta Force, Halo, Hunt Showdown, Hell Let Loose, Escape from Tarkov. I don't know, there's a lot of games on the market. I would honestly rather watch somebody passionately talk about the game they love than spend another 20 minutes listening to somebody explain why Call of Duty is dead for the 15th year in a row. Now, don't get me wrong, if Infinity Ward turns this game into another circus, I'm out. But you won't see me making 800 videos about it, about how I hate the game. If 6 months after launch we've got glowing superheroes, cartoon operators, and weapon blueprints that look like they came from another universe, I'll criticize it, absolutely, because I want Call of Duty to feel like Call of Duty, not Fortnite with military uniforms. But I'm not going to criticize a game before I've actually played it. That's the difference. Being optimistic isn't being a fanboy. It's simply waiting for evidence. So where do I stand? Honestly, I'm excited, cautiously excited. Infinity Ward is leading development. Everything we've seen so far looks promising. DMZ has huge potential. The multiplayer sounds like it's moving back towards the grounded gameplay I personally enjoy. And for the first time in a while, I actually feel like Call of Duty is trying to win back players like me. Will they succeed? I have no clue. Maybe, maybe not. But I'm willing to give them the chance to prove it. Because that's how games should be judged. Not by leaks, not by rumors, not by Twitter, not by YouTube thumbnails, by actually playing them. So here's my take. I've been playing Call of Duty for over 20 years. I've seen this franchise at its highest highs and at its lowest lows. And I still believe Infinity Ward has one opportunity, maybe their biggest one since Modern Warfare 2019, to remind people why millions of us fell in love with Call of Duty in the first place. I hope they don't waste it. But what do you guys think? Is Modern Warfare 4 going to bring Call of Duty back, or are we about to repeat history all over again? Let me know down below. I'll be reading every single comment. This has been Critical, the voice of the casual players, and until next time, stay safe.